Good day, everybody. Happy Sunday, November 23rd, 2025. And today we're also doing another open panel, but today we're focusing on Transformers. Today I feel like talking about Transformers. I know I kind of haven't really been talking about it much, but I felt like today's the day. And you know what? I was just listening to my Pandora, music and stuff, and they just kept on giving me Transformers, and I'm like, yo, is this a sign? Let's do this because I'm a huge Transformers Michael Bay fan, and I like all of them. I just like Transformers. That's my thing, and I said, you know what? Let's just talk with the fandom. Let's hang out. Let's do the same thing. Yesterday we had a good one, and today we're just talking about everything with Transformers. It could be about G1 Bayverse. I mainly want to talk about just Transformers in the live action, just because that's that's more of my thing. Just because when it comes to the cinematic universe and stuff like that, that's something that I really enjoy and stuff like that. So if you want to join in, I will put up the link. So whoever wants to join, y'all could just chime in and we could just hang out and just just hang out and stuff like that. Just with all this on the streaming today. So let me put the link so y'all can actually join. Whoever wants to join, just keep it neutral, keep it fun, keep it respectful. That's it. Um, let's just try to focus on Transformers today, just because this is what today's topic is and stuff like that. Yesterday I know we spoke about DC and stuff like that, but today let's just focus on Transformers, mainly because the cinematic universe needs some love. It needs some support also, and honestly, when it all comes down to this, this is a topic that's pretty fun. Transformers overall has always been, something good. And honestly, they need to go ahead and just put out the next film. I know some people might be like, the Transformers live action cinematic universe or whatever it wants to be called, it's a mess. And it is. It's a mess. It's all over the place, but it can still be fixed, honestly. Look, now we have the rumor about Michael Bay coming back. We know Paramount's fixing things. They're trying to repair things over there. That's fine. That's understandable. And to be honest with you, they should have never gotten away from Michael Bay because, of course, Michael Bay was ahead of the game when it came to the Transformers live action movies. And Michael Bay saved the brand, honestly, because before the 2007 movie, the Transformers brand was down to the ground. Nothing was working with them. And, honestly, it was just like, yo, like it was bad. It was bad. 2007 came around, Michael Bay, he literally revived the brand. Things picked up. It was so amazing. It was ahead of its time. And here we are, 2025, and I'm still talking about it. A lot of people do too, because they enjoy it and stuff like that. And, what Michael Bay gave us was ahead of the game, with the special effects, the music. Oh, the music is just incredible. And, the CG and everything that comes with it, the action, just everything just fits well with those movies. I enjoy it. I want more of it. It's a shame that Paramount got away from it. Back in the last night, just because of course studio greed, because it didn't make the numbers that they wanted. But now we've seen that after Bumblebee, that was a soft reboot. Rise of the Beast, that was another soft reboot, and we've already seen, unfortunately, with Transformers One, the fans didn't show up. Let's be real, the fans did not show up, and it is what it is. People were still showing up for the Michael Bay movies. They really were. Let's be real. Those movies made money at the box office, and in the end, those movies were entertaining. That's the whole point. They were entertaining. People loved them. They were fun, and that's all I care about. That's all I care about in the end. I didn't mind seeing them. I lost track of how many times I saw and rewatched these movies in the theaters, and it was just fun. It was just it didn't have to make sense. I know some people are like, "Oh, this and that." Hey, these movies were fun. That's all that matters, and the studio made money and stuff like that. So overall, I want more. Let's pick up where things kind of left off. All right, Rise of the Beasts. All right, Rise of the Beasts. It's kind of all over the place, because it kind of opens the door to a multiverse, but at the same time, it's like, is it really connected to the Bayverse? Because they acknowledge, the Autobots theme. I mean, the Autobots unite and stuff like that. It was pretty cool to see that, but where and what does this mean for the franchise? You have, you're introducing GI Joe at the end. Okay, how are you going to tie that in there? I think it's easy. Just explain that all this time, literally, the military with GI Joe have always been there, but they were just, undercover, if you want to say. And we already know that Michael Bay has an excellent relationship with the military. So I think he would be perfect for the next live action. Doing the crossover with GI Joe, just because we've already seen what Michael Bay do with the military and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's so many things that could be done and stuff like that. So, what's going on, my friend? Talk to us. You might want to unmute yourself.
Hello?
There we go. We can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay. Yeah, I had both the YouTube and the StreamYard open. I was confused.
All right. Cool, cool. So
Yeah.
what's up?
Uh, so what is the topic? Transformers, right?
Yeah, pretty much, like with the live action. It could talk about anything, but
Yeah.
mainly I just want to talk about like kind of the mess that they're in, but they could still pull
Yeah.
through.
I
What do
like
you think?
Transformers a lot, man. Especially that first one. That first
Yeah.
one is iconic, you know.
Yeah. What's your favorite
Uh
scene in it?
my favorite I like that scene at the end where they have Lincoln Park and then Optimus Prime is like if the Decepticons come again, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah.
epic, you know.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And then I also
Yeah.
like that scene where it has the music playing, the Autobot, the Autobot theme,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
coming into the Las Vegas, I think it was, or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then you hear the theme, and then Optimus Prime is just ready to battle against
Yeah.
Megatron.
Yeah,
That was
he's
cool,
always
man.
ready. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Like the
So
movies haven't been the same since.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like 4 or 5. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I thought it was just too much going on. It wasn't focused. It wasn't like a focused narrative. And
Okay.
I feel like that bothered the storyline. Like it could have been like I liked 2 and 3 much more. To me, 2 and 3 is not as good as 1, but at least it's like I can understand what's happening. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like 4 and 5 it went too much action. Like I like action, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's like too much action, and I
Oh, I
feel like
love that.
4 and 5 had too much action.
I love
You know?
that. I think that five didn't have enough action. That's how I
Really?
feel. Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Five
honest.
was
I haven't
like,
seen 5 in a long time, but 4, I
yeah.
feel like it had a lot of action though. 4,
That's what I loved about
yeah,
it. I was like, man,
yeah,
like this is just nonstop from beginning to end. I was like, and
yeah.
and what I liked about it, like, is how it. Okay, a lot of things that. All right, one thing that I want to say is like a lot of fans have to keep this in mind. The first three movies was a trilogy of its own. That was wonderful. It was beautiful. What we're seeing in the fourth one, Age of Extinction, that's starting a new trilogy because we already have Mark Wahlberg. And if you look at it, how it starts off, it's breaking away, but it's still continuing from the third Dark of the Moon. And you can see because remember the events from Chicago and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool how they did that. Like they're explaining and they're hunting down the Autobots and stuff. So I was like, okay, I see where this is heading.
So
The
it's
last
basically
night,
like a soft reboot. Like 4 was kind of like a soft reboot of the
not
franchise.
not that it was a soft reboot, it's just that it was going in a different direction, and I love that
Okay.
because if you look at it, the first three films you have, Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. Of course she wasn't in the third
Mm.
one, but you could see that it's the same one. And then in the second, I mean, in the second trilogy, what I tend to call is like the fourth film and the fifth film, that you have Mark Wahlberg. So that was
Mm.
setting up to it was supposed to be the last one, which was six originally
Yeah,
with Unicron. And I'm like, yo, how do you just leave that like that? I'm like,
yeah,
yo, you're setting up to Unicron. And then of course we got
yeah,
the reboots and the soft reboots or whatever
yeah.
you want to call them
I
with
I'm gonna be honest, man. I hate the designs of the current Transformers. The newest one. I hate the designs of those. I prefer the Bayformers design.
yeah.
I
Which
don't
ones
like.
you're talking about though? Because you're talking about the last night or the one from Transformers
No,
One,
no, the recent one, the one that came out like a few years ago.
the animated one, the cartoon one,
No, no, the
the one before that, the
Rise of the
last
Beast.
night.
Rise of the Beast.
Oh, Rise of the Beast. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't like the designs of those Transformers. I prefer the Bayverse Transformers, how they look. You know,
Yeah,
it's more
yeah.
modern and
Right,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
it's more
Yeah,
advanced and stuff. That I do
yeah,
like that too. It's
yeah,
like, man, like I respect what they were doing with Rise of the Beast, and I like the whole thing of the Maximals and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just felt that they rushed it, but at the same time, it's like, hold on, you got too much going on. Like I don't think Unicron should have been introduced in that movie. And it's like I get that they were trying to get away from Michael Bay, but it's like, how do you go back and fix that now? Because it's like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? That's the part where
Oh,
it confuses me.
that's the thing though. How do you portray Unicron in live action? Like that's just epic right there. How do you do that? The size, the scale, like how do you do that? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's tough,
yeah.
you know?
Like a lot of people, like I get it. Unicron is not Earth. I understand
Yeah.
that. But what if this is just my theory? What if it would be awesome if Michael Bay would be listening to this? But what if that Unicron we're seeing on this planet is a replica? It's just like a hologram, because you see
Mm,
how it just like it goes invisible like a hologram, and I'm like, damn, what if it's just teasing of what he's going to be once he does arrive to Earth? Like
right,
kind of like a distraction type of thing, and it's like that could work. You get
right.
what I'm saying? So it's like that could
Yeah,
work. I mean, if you want to put it in that type of
yeah,
point of view, I don't know. I don't know. It's just me
yeah.
thinking.
And then you said the animated one. The animated one was woke and trash, my friend.
Yeah,
That was straight trash.
yeah, it
Garbage.
was.
Hell
That
no.
was
That was
that
some woke
was
trash. I
man.
remember that one female Autobot was talking down to Optimus, the one that
Yeah,
voiced by Scarlett Johansson. I'm
yeah.
like,
I think
freak
it was a
this, man.
leader.
Talking
I
down to
think it was.
Optimus? I'm like, bitch, are you crazy? I'm like, what? Nah. I
Yeah,
was like,
big
I'm
time.
done with this, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, man, like, yeah. Throughout the whole movie, she was like trying to be this whole strong,
Exactly.
robot female type of
That is
character. I
why
was
that
like,
is why Hollywood is dying, man. There's
big
no
time.
there's no masculine energy about these movies anymore. It's like it's dead, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
It's
and I'm
it's
a I'm a
crazy.
big I'm a big Marvel fan, right? And I hate
Yeah.
what they done to the Hulk, man. Hulk
Oh
is a
man.
badass. He's a and then look what they done to him, man. They turn him into Smart Hulk. Oh hell no, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Hell
like, what the
no.
hell they did to him?
Yeah,
I'm not a Hulk fan. I've never
yeah,
been a fan of the Hulk,
yeah,
but it's true what you're saying. I
yeah,
mean, he's supposed to be pissed off. He's supposed to be,
yeah,
raging, and that's
yeah.
just who he is. And you
Right,
can clearly see it after. Well, it started at Age of Ultron that they started to like kind of
right,
like, all right, let's tone him down. Let's make
right.
him more of a puss. I was like, come
Yeah,
on, man. Like
yeah.
that's the Hulk we're talking
Yeah,
about.
man. And then you can also see it like through other characters. Like I feel like Iron Man was more of like a badass in like his Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2. And then after that, they just softened him up. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Iron Man
That's
3, for example, like he didn't even have his suit the whole movie. I'm like, what is this? You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Big
don't
time,
know.
big time. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
It's pretty it's pretty insane. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
Hollywood. They're always pushing something,
Yeah. Right, right. Yeah. And then the Transformers, like I feel like the last one, Rise of the Beast, it was low key woke. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't like
It
it
had its
wasn't like as bad as the
messages.
animated one, but it was kind of woke a little bit.
It had its agendas in there. That's why I was
Yeah,
like, I'm not feeling
yeah,
it. That's what I love about Michael Bay, that Michael Bay just
yeah,
puts whatever is supposed to be out there, and it
right,
is what it is. He focuses on the characters.
right,
And I can understand some fans are like, oh, but the Transformers don't look like what they look like in the cartoon. Then go watch the cartoon. I love what
right,
Michael Bay's doing. These characters are supposed to be advanced. They're like completely from the future. They're from
right,
another world. I'm like, I love that, and it's like
right,
when you look at, I think is it this? I think it's the third one at the beginning. We
uh,
get a glimpse of Cybertron from the
right.
Bayverse, and I'm like,
Man, I want
yo,
more of that. I want more of
yes,
Cybertron. I want more of that.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like I love what they did with Bumblebee. I
yeah,
love that. That's like very,
yeah.
G1 accurate and all stuff. I
That's
love
another
that.
woke movie. Bumblebee. That first
Yeah.
10 minutes is good. After
Yeah.
that, it's woke. It's woke.
Y-
Everything else
y-
was woke.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
was like, man, like the first
Yeah,
opening and the fights were good. That's it. That's all I like. But the whole
yeah,
movie, I was like, yeah,
yeah.
they're
And it
trying to
was so
push this whole
stupid.
female
Paramount.
strong.
Paramount's such a stupid company. They panicked after the last night and they said, "Oh, we didn't make enough money." So the year after that, they rebooted it.
Yeah,
I'm like, they
yeah.
just rushed it.
They
Like you just should
rushed
have
it.
continued what Michael Bay was doing.
Yeah.
Even though it was going on like a downward trajectory, that
Yeah.
downward trajectory is still better than the crap you're putting out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Big
I
time,
don't
big
understand.
time. I don't know, the new stuff that they're just putting out. I'm just like, I
Yeah,
don't know, man. Like,
yeah,
and then it just like that's why, like, look, it's kind of confusing, and I'm like, all right, I just kind of like scratch my eyes, and I'm like, okay, this can be fixed. I still have hope, but they need to let Michael Bay do his thing. if he's coming back for another movie, which we already know that he's coming back and stuff from the rumors and everything we've been hearing, let him fully cook how he wants to do it. Because if you look at the last night, you can clearly see that there was a lot of interference from the studio. You can tell that the studio was on his ass. Hey, do this, do that, take this out, put this, we should try this. Yo, it was way too much. Did you know that on Age of Extinction, we're supposed to get Volcanicus with the Dinobots?
Oh, we're supposed to get Dino. Yeah, we did get Dinobots in
We got the
four, didn't we not?
Dinobots, but we were supposed to get Volcanicus. There's a
Oh,
script and there's something that leaked a while ago. And if you look at the toys, they had made the toys with all, I think it was like what, five Dinobots.
right,
In the movie when it got, I think we got like four. I think like four of
right.
them. I think we were supposed
Yeah.
to get 6 or 7, something like that. Anyways, they made the toys of them. So I'm like, yo,
Right.
what were they trying to do? Because Paramount didn't want to spend the money on the
Right.
CG. It was gonna be much more expensive, which is understandable,
Uh,
but they made $1 billion with it. I'm like,
trying to
yo,
cut corners,
trying to
cut
cut
that budget.
corners. Exactly. And it cost them. They made $1 billion, which is good. But they
Yeah.
thought they were gonna go into the last night with the same mentality. But look at what they
Right.
did with the last night. And I'm like, yo, you're literally disrespecting Grimlock like that. Like they treated him like a dog. I was like, he's not a pet. I'm like, he's not a pet. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, come on, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's like,
Oh, you're talking about that scene where Optimus said "lay down" or whatever.
yeah, and then he's in the junkyard and stuff.
Yeah.
When you see Jaeger and stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, like what are they doing? Like clearly you can
Yeah.
tell that that's the studio telling him, like change this and
Yeah.
put that and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, like it's completely a mess. I understand,
Yeah.
but they can still fix it.
Yeah,
They can still fix it. You
Yeah.
know, it's like let Michael Bay do his thing how he wants
Yeah.
to do, and I guess use a multiverse. Screw it. Might as well just
Yeah.
use a multiverse at this point. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel that the studio lied to us with the trailer for Rise of the Beast because it felt
Right.
like it was a multiverse. I was like, okay, they're doing like Endgame, because it shows
Right.
this big battle leading up to Unicron. That's what we wanted originally, but again, the studio like, yo, what did you guys do? It's like how do you screw that up and stuff? So I don't know. It's just at this point,
Yeah.
it's like because now we have 2 versions of Unicron, so it's like, and then now you have, the GI Joe in there. So
Yeah.
which one is it? So it's like,
Yeah.
this is what the studio did,
And then I feel like I like how you talked about on your other Transformer videos that like you like the serial killer Optimus. I'm the same way,
Yeah,
man. I love
I
that.
have no problem with that,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
then
not that he's
some
a serial
people
killer.
like their parents and stuff complaining, oh, he's too violent. Like, nah, I like that. They keep him violent, It's
He's
entertaining.
a more realistic Optimus Prime. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real. If a war broke out right now, right? Any war,
Yeah.
whatever, you're not gonna have people, hey, let's talk this out. You know what? Let's sit down, let's have 5 minutes and
Right.
let's discuss what's going on. How do we feel? Nah, hell
Right.
no, screw that. We're gonna
Yeah.
be like, yo, they came at us, we're gonna come at them too. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a war. You're talking about Megatron, Unicron, Autobots, Decepticons. You have all
Right.
these characters. How the hell are you gonna like
Yeah.
go peaceful? Nah, Optimus is like,
Yeah.
yo, I've battled, look at what it was, Dark of the Moon, when he's fighting Sentinel and he's fighting Megatron. He takes out
Right.
Megatron with no heart. And I was like,
Yeah.
dang, like he got him good, but he had
Yeah.
to. We know Megatron's always gonna survive, but it's like, yo, like you have to do what you have to do to stop these, these bad guys. And I'm like,
Right.
Optimus is a badass. He's a leader.
Yeah.
That's what a leader
I'm a-
does. Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The one thing I don't like about the first 3 Bayformer movies is Starscream. Starscream, they just weakened him, man. I remember in
yeah,
3, Shia LaBeouf, what do you call it, Sam was able to beat him. I'm like, what? How?
yeah,
I was like, what's
that,
going on?
yeah. It kind of sucked because they didn't even explain how
Yeah.
I think it was in the 4th film when they're in the junkyard and then you see Megatron. Well, I think it was Galvatron, I remember now, but he's looking at a Starscream. He picks
Yeah.
up his head and he's like, oh, too bad you weren't around to see this and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, at least explain how he went out. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so many things that they could have just explained and things like that. I don't know. It's just, I mean,
I like that he turned into like a pilot, like a F-22.
Oh yeah.
That was cool, but I didn't like his design too much.
I didn't like the head. The head is what
Yeah.
I didn't like. I like the body. Everything was cool. It's just that head. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling the head. It
Right.
needed the cone. It literally needed that cone. That's
Right.
what I liked about Bumblebee. Like Bumblebee, the designs with the Seekers, they were
Right.
badass. Like you know, that opening when you see that you see Shockwave, and that's
Yeah.
just badass. I was like, wow, like, you know, like everything was awesome on it. That I don't know, it was
Right.
just something different. I don't know what it is, you know.
Yeah.
It's wild, it's wild, you know. But like
Yeah.
I said, they can do a lot of things with the next film. Look, I
Yeah.
want to see like how I have in this picture. Look, I want to see an older version of Shia LaBeouf along with Megan Fox, where they're settled down, but some way somehow they're forced to come back, and now they meet Jaeger, you know,
Right.
Mark Wahlberg's character with that girl. I can't remember her name, that lady,
Yeah.
and team them up, and then explain hell unite them and put something with the GI Joe. You already did that with Rise of the Beast. You know, like if you want to
Yeah.
retcon some stuff, go for it. I mean, retcon, I guess Unicron in what they did in Rise of the Beast. Do a multiverse. Hell, I don't know. Just do something where it's gonna explain. I don't know. I don't know. Just something.
Yeah.
I guess use a multiverse. I guess at this point,
Yeah.
and explain. Just pick up where things left off because the last
Yeah.
night was literally setting up Michael Bay's Unicron, and I'm like,
Right.
yo, that would be massive. You know,
Yeah.
like for a big epic finale type of movie, that has to be
Mhm.
like a 4 hour long movie. You know, like
Right.
just cram it all in there, but like make it 4 hours, like the Snyder cut,
Yeah.
and just go all
Four,
out with
four
it.
hours is kind of crazy, man. I'm like,
I, yo, if they could do Lord of the Rings like 4 hours, 5 hours,
yeah,
I'm like, what? You
but
know,
that's the
it's like,
extended cuts though. That's the thing. Like
yeah, you know,
the Snyder cut worked because it was on HBO Max. If they released that in theaters, I'm gonna be honest, my friend. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think so many people would go see it if it was 4 hours. You know what I
isn't
mean?
there a new movie, Avatar? Isn't Avatar like 3 hours and 30
Yeah,
minutes
and I
coming out?
don't want to watch Avatar. It's too long, man. It's 3 hours.
Well, you see, but people are gonna go watch it. That's the thing. Like,
Because I think because they want to see the visuals and stuff like that. I don't think
could
it's
be,
because of the story.
could be, yeah. You
Yeah,
know, it's like I don't know. You know, like
yeah.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
I remember when Infinity War and Endgame were coming out. Like, even I felt like that was too long. Like, I feel like they could have cut some stuff out. Like,
Yeah, you know the
yeah,
parts that they talk are the parts that make the movie boring. So it's
right,
like, all right, it's too much talk. Just that's what I liked about Age of Extinction, Dark of the
right,
Moon. Like there's so much action in it, and
right.
Dark of the Moon is dark. You know, like you have
Yeah,
a serious badass. You know, like the Transformers are badass in that. They're not
right,
like, oh yeah, you know, like in the first movie. Nah, like these Transformers literally were about to be wiped out by the Decepticons, and
right.
now they're full on revenge. Like we're coming after all of them. You know, and I was like, whoa, like this is a little bit too dark in the sense
Yeah,
of like this is badass. Like I love that. I
right,
love
right.
that. You know, it's like
Dark of the
that.
Moon is probably my favorite though. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
Dark of the Moon. The only
Yeah.
thing I didn't like about Dark of the Moon was the music. I love the music,
Oh,
but I just felt since one and two had
yeah,
the regular score and stuff like that, I was
yeah,
like, damn, they should have just threw that into the last one and stuff like that. So I was like,
right.
that's the only thing. But other than that, man, I love
Yeah,
that film. You know, it's like
yeah,
all three of them. You know, the
yeah,
fourth one is still good. The fifth
yeah.
one is I just like the action. You know,
The
it's like when
action,
they're
yeah.
fighting and that's it. The talks is like, yeah,
Right.
it's just too long. You know, it's just
Yeah,
it gets
yeah, I agree.
a little
Oh,
bit.
Sentinel Prime was a badass, yo. I
Yeah,
love
he was
Sentinel
annoying
Prime.
though. He
Yeah,
was annoying though.
you
He
didn't
was
like
good at
Sentinel
it.
Prime?
Nah, I didn't like him. I was like, he's annoying. I
Oh,
was like, I
dang.
like what they did with him, but
Yeah,
like, I guess he just like he portrayed that character so well that he played the role right, where he was
right.
annoying. I was like, I can't stand him. Like that's why when
Yeah,
Optimus did him at the end at the
yeah.
bridge with
I
the
was
gun.
Megatron, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I
Yeah,
was like, hell yeah. I was
yeah.
like, damn, that's how you got to do him,
He's
you
like,
know?
come here, Sentinel.
He's
Or
like, you
whatever.
sold out, you know, and
Yeah,
it's true. He sold out. I was like,
yeah,
yo, you got to do it. And you see Optimus lock and load. That's it. He's like,
yeah,
yo, you did this. Boom. He just
yeah,
blast him. I was like, hell yeah, that's the Optimus. And then you
yeah,
see freaking Megatron running up to him. He's like,
yeah.
nah, you know, he just gets him with his axe. Boom. I
Right,
was like, yo, like that's pretty badass. You know, like
right, right.
that's what I like to see in the Transformers when
Yeah.
it comes to
Was
live
it
action.
Megatron that killed Sentinel Prime or was it Optimus? I forget.
No, it was Optimus because
It was
Optimus had
Optimus. Oh,
that shotgun looking thing,
yeah.
and that's what he just blasted him. Boom, you know,
Blasted
like
him,
he took
yeah.
him.
But then
I was
what?
like,
Megatron was trying to kill Optimus, right?
yeah, yeah, and then
Yeah,
Megatron was trying to take him out, so he took him
yeah,
out. You know, it was like a three way.
yeah,
That was dope. That was dope.
yeah,
I was
yeah. That
like,
was
damn,
cool
well
for
done.
sure.
You know, well done. They did
I
it right,
agree. Major time.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, right.
All right,
Paramount
Charlie.
needs to get to restore the Babers.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part where is the all action scenes, like shooting, like blasting fires, explosions, what the heck soever.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, you know. Sometimes
Yeah.
it doesn't have to make sense, you know. Like when you see when Grimlock and Optimus they meet for the first time, like Grimlock literally in the middle of the forest, he hits his mace and it just an explosion. I'm like, that was
Yeah.
unnecessary, but it looks cool. I was like, that looks cool, you know. And I'm like, all right, it's Michael Bay. That's his thing, you know. I'm like, yo, like he's really good at this stuff.
Uh,
Hmm.
okay, I get it.
Oh, you know what's another good scene in Revenge of the Fallen when they're in the forest and
Oh
Optimus
yeah,
has to
man.
take 1-on-4.
Yeah,
Yo, that
yeah.
was crazy.
He got his ass
Yeah,
handed. He went out
yeah,
like a badass though. He
yeah,
did
he
go out
did.
like a
No, for
badass.
sure.
That
Yeah,
I do like.
yeah.
That's
Revenge of the Fallen is actually pretty good. I know a lot of people didn't like it because they filmed it during the writer strike, right? And they didn't have a script
uh
or whatever.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they filmed.
Because it
They
came out in
probably did.
2009. There was like a writer strike in like 2007 or something.
Probably, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That happens every so
yeah.
often and stuff like that. So, Sergeant, what's up?
Hi, guys. Thanks for bringing me on.
What's going on?
Hi.
So
I'm glad you brought this up because this is also what I'd like to talk about with you as well. I mean,
Yeah,
the Bayverse is precisely what changed what changed the cinema in Hollywood with VFX and stuff. I mean, lots of cool things came out of it since I saw the first one. And my favorite was definitely the second one because it was leaning us deeper into the lore of the Transformers.
yeah,
Yeah, of
yeah. I
course.
agree.
Yep.
They're
And
fun.
I'm betting there's a director's cut to it because there are deleted scenes as well. Because you heard that there were reshoots being done over Shia LaBeouf breaking his arm on set, right?
Right? Yeah, yeah. I remember hearing something about that.
And have you guys seen some of the extended fights between Optimus and those three Decepticons in the forest?
there's an extended
Um,
scene of that.
I didn't know that there was an extended.
A deleted scene.
Oh,
Okay.
deleted. Oh,
Oh, okay. Okay. I have to
Yeah,
check that out. Yeah,
yeah.
man, that forest scene is just it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm like, who
yeah,
would have thought a forest scene would have looked that badass? You know, it's like
yeah.
the music kicks in. Like, you know, is that Black Hawk or what chopper is that? Because I always get them mixed. To me, they look
A
the same. My
Pavlo.
bad. I'm sorry. You know.
CH-53 Pavlo. It's
Okay.
called a Pavlo.
So
Yeah, it's meant to be a
when
rescue chopper, but they made it a bad guy Decepticon chopper just because of how bulky it was and how it would be used, because of how it was used for Blackout to infiltrate the base without getting hit.
oh that's all
You
okay.
know, I'm watching that scene right now. Do you think Zack Snyder was influenced by Michael Bay, by the slow mo?
It could have.
Well,
They both have their style. You know, like
Right.
Sam Raimi too.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
they
there have
have.
been
You know.
others who did slow mo before them as well,
Because didn't
especially with
Michael
Power
Bay and
Rangers.
Zack Snyder went to the same film school, right? Something like that.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
I guess.
They
Yeah.
did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Good
Yep.
look. Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing, you know, these directors they put out some good work, you know, and that's
Yeah.
the thing that Hollywood is lacking right now. They are really lacking all this quality, and I
Yeah.
get it that some fans they're gonna be like, oh, but it's too violent, it's too brutal. Hey, that's what
Yeah.
these characters. This is what this universe is about. Let's be real. They're all at war. They're
Right.
literally at war. These Decepticons are ruthless. Like when you see an Age of Extinction, what's the name of the one that turns his head into a big sniper gun? I can't remember the main guy. He has
Lockdown. That was Lockdown, but he wasn't a Decepticon.
Lockdown. There you go.
Yeah.
What was he? He was like a hunter or something, right? Like
Yeah,
some I can't remember.
non-affiliated bounty hunter who was
Yeah,
looking for
okay.
I was
Well, that dude
introduced
is
to Lockdown in
ruthless.
the animated Transformers cartoon in 2008.
That dude is ruthless. And I'm like, yo, he is going hard on these Autobots. Like he has no love. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
but I wish they made his vehicle much bigger than what they did him as in the fourth film. I
yeah,
mean, kind of big like how we saw him in the animated show.
and the animated, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I love Optimus' sword. His sword is so epic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when it fires up and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like damn, you know, like he doesn't hold back. He doesn't hold
He
back.
does not.
No, and that's what I like about what Michael Bay did with the first three films. It was the same Optimus, just pretty much the same truck, you know, model that he used. And then when you're seeing on what's the other one on Age of Extinction and The Last Night, he goes into that West Star design, and I'm like, I like the continuity. You know, like
Yeah.
like he starts off with the beat up truck that you see in what it was the junkyard that you see in the Jaeger's shop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
in the barn house, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then when he finally turns into the West Star, I was like,
Yeah.
damn, that's awesome. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
man, like I don't know, I just love that continuity how
It-
Michael Bay kept with that.
And you know what's crazy?
Okay.
Like it's so epic when the Autobots are and the Decepticons are fighting because they're like doing martial arts moves. Like,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
like
something like
that's so
that.
unique, you know.
Can you hear? Can you hear us?
yeah, we hear you.
Can you hear
What's
us?
up, brother?
Hey there.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right.
So what's going on? Talk to us.
Have we met before?
Who?
The one who just joined in after me.
Hey,
That would be Dennis.
Of course we met before, Sarge.
Oh,
my
Dennis.
God.
Hi there. Oh, sorry. I couldn't see you there with the banners up. Yeah.
God's
Yeah, the
sake,
banners
man.
are kind of blocking the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like, what do you think, Dennis? Tell us, give us your feedback, your thoughts.
So I just saw the original 3 with my friend Sky some months ago. Not Skywalker the Jedi, it's Skywalker 123. He's a friend of mine on my Discord server. And I just saw the movies. I saw the first ones a kid, loved it, saw like 3 times, didn't ever saw the sequels. My dad liked it. I was indifferent to the sequels. I love the first one, but I got scared of the robot chick on the second one as a kid. I got scared easily.
Yeah.
then.
I mean, Alice. I mean,
Yes, yes.
yeah, but
And-
Devastator is
and
even scarier.
2000
Yeah.
the 2007 Transformers is amazing. It's amazing. It's how to, like, as someone who's not very familiar with Transformers lore, that's how you do an alien invasion movie.
Right.
The build up. I love the build up for the movie. The
Yeah, I agree.
Transformers only appear halfway through, and I actually love that because it gives you anticipation.
Yeah.
The movies aren't afraid, and I actually love how they focus on the humans, because in the end, you feel like humanity. It feels like something greater than humanity has just come to our doorstep.
right.
Yeah. No, that's true.
I think it helps establish the story better. I feel like if there was no humans and it was just Autobots, it would be kind of stale or something. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And now we could say that that's what we saw in Transformers 1. Like, don't get me wrong. It's nice, the animation. I like, how the story is told for the characters and stuff like that. But we're finally seeing what a movie with Transformers and no humans and close to G1, if you want to say, it just not everybody was on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Unfortunately.
The
too.
truth is, Transformers was dying when Michael Bay took over the project. People forget that. Transformers 2007 was like a last-ditch attempt to save the franchise.
It did. It did. 2007 came, boom, it revived the brand. It did.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing all these years after Michael Bay. Let's be honest, it didn't work with Bumblebee, unfortunately. It didn't work with Rise of the Beast, and it didn't work with Transformers 1. That's why I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, it's like they need Michael Bay.
Yeah.
And you know what I think was the big shift? The thing that started the shift in like the narrative that inspired this return, it was the 2007 meme. It sounds ridiculous, but it was that if it was made in 2007 meme. If you guys are aware of what I'm talking about.
Not sure.
No, I don't know what that is.
Remember when they were making, like, the guy showed the Transformers 1 ending of Optimus Prime, the way it used the music of Linkin Park, and then people started
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about now.
doing the
Yeah,
cutscenes
now
for
I know what
other
you're talking about,
movies.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what gave the kickstart for people to want to bring back Bay.
Mm.
Interesting. That's another thing too that I loved about those movies, that they had Linkin Park and they had Imagine Dragons. I was like, wow, like you can clearly see that that's missing from the fifth film, the last night, and what they did after. I was like, it just doesn't feel the same, like it was Transformers, but I don't know, it just felt stale, and it's like I think that we need all that commercial propaganda in the sense of you need, these big music artists like Linkin Park. That's what made the first three movies, and then
Right.
Imagine Dragon made the next one. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Because when you heard that song, it's like you
Yeah.
knew something was gonna happen. And it's like, oh, okay, it's escalating to something, it's
Yeah.
gonna be action.
Yeah. Yeah, the shift caused a lot of ramifications after that. We saw how it played out at DC. We saw how it played out with Marvel, and here at Paramount, that shift is what led to Michael Bay not being able to direct the sixth film right away.
It's just the social media. Social media creates narrative. Same thing that killed Star Wars in the end. Is
Mhm.
that social media made people think the opinions of the fans are one thing, but they were actually the opposite. Because with lives, don't
Yeah.
go on social media. They go, but they don't go all the time.
Right.
Usually vote on a poll, they do a
I
hash.
feel like also Rotten Tomatoes has ruined the movie industry.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
But social media, I think the influencer culture, the
Right.
big influencers, they all parrot one another, right? There's no original idea in social media. There's no free thinkers on social media.
Right.
Yeah, that too.
And who writes Rotten Tomatoes reviews? Yeah, everyday
shills,
Joe
the
Schmo.
shills.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, but also like you think that the
Critics as well.
John Smith of the I don't know, the Mr. John Smith or João da Silva of the works 5 o'clock, works five days a week for 9 to 5. He's going to write a Rotten Tomatoes review? Of course not. It's only going to be the hardcore geeks that are going to do it.
Right. Yeah.
And even more, the hardcore geeks with no
I'll be
social
honest,
life.
After Man of Steel came out and they gave that Rotten review, I'm like, freaking Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not listening to them.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can
I
tell, like,
never
that-
listened to them.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
remember when I grew up on Man of Steel. I grew up on Man of Steel, grew up in the Transformers 2007, and grew up on the prequel trilogy.
Right.
I had no idea those movies are in the Hobbit trilogy.
There are
I had
still-
no idea those movies are hated. No fucking
Yeah.
idea.
The Hobbit is Ron? I didn't even know that.
I think it's polarized, more
That's
polarized, but I
crazy.
do think it is poorly
How is-
seen by social media. Social media hates the Hobbit.
How
It's absurd.
is the Hobbit rotten? Doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't. But the
Rotten Tomatoes.
hardcore fanatics. There's a reason I think Rings of Power was
right.
karma for Tolkien fans, right? That was karma. That's simple.
Yeah. Look at why they're in this industry.
It's
It's
same
not
reason
rotten,
that-
but it's like at 64%.
Same reason the sequel trilogy is karma
First one,
for
at least.
prequel haters. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. But look, getting back to the Transformers brand and stuff what we're talking about. How do you guys think or feel that they should approach the next film with everything we got before us? Like literally, like it's
I
a
agree
mess
with
right
you,
now.
man. I think they should bring back the original cast and just roll with that, you know? That's
Yeah,
what I
they
think.
should.
The big question is going to be only a sixth movie to wrap up the storyline, or there's going to be more like a trilogy or a two-parter? That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I think they need to bring back Shia, probably bring back Megan Fox if she wants to. I don't
And
know.
what
if-
about Rosie? You know.
who?
And what about
Yeah.
Rosie, the one
For
he
the
married?
third movie? Yeah, I was thinking about it. I think that I actually prefer Megan Fox's character. I forgot the name right now, but
Michaela?
Michaela. I actually prefer Michaela as a character.
Yeah, I do too.
I think she has a more badass attitude without
Yeah.
being annoying. You know, so I do prefer her. I there is the question of the fact that they mentioned, they imply in the fifth movie that Shia's character is dead, but that could be like he faked his death so he wouldn't be get
Yeah.
dragged into these things anymore.
That's what I think. I think so too.
Yeah.
And I think what they're going to do is that it's going to be largely him wanting to come, him deciding he needs to come back and help the Transformers to defeat.
Picture this. Look, now that you said that, this just hit me. Picture this. Imagine we're watching the next live action movie from Michael Bay, and it's all connected, right? And all of a sudden now you get a scene, right? You just see feet like soldier feet walking. You know, you see somebody lock and load the gun, getting his gear, getting his equipment. You're just seeing the backside. You don't know who it is. This guy is just mysterious. All of a sudden, when the time is right, they finally reveal him. He looks at the camera and is an old man, more mature Shia LaBeouf. Yo, that would be dope right there. And
That'd
then they
be
show
interesting.
another.
And it would fit his character development because in the first movie
Exactly.
he's just a panicked teenager. The second one he's getting more brave. In the third one he's basically he actually goes into the firefight.
And now
straight
look,
up.
how would you be able to connect this to what they've already done in Rise of the Beast? Very simple. Then do the same thing with Jaeger. Do the same thing similar, and then he looks up, boom, he's back. They're both back in one movie. Oh snap, what's going on?
I didn't
But-
see Rise of
but-
the Beast, but I think they should ignore that movie.
But it's
Just
already
for
there.
continuity. No, but it's not. It's a reboot. Remember, Bumblebee is supposed to be a reboot.
Yeah,
Jaeger,
but-
Jaeger's
hey,
from
like-
Transformers 4.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like
Oh,
It-
got it.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, like have them like where they've been at all this year. You know, like have they been working for Nest? Have they been working on a special mission? I don't know. Show a badge or something that they have. You know that they're working together, but like separate different missions. And then now they're finally coming together where it's like, oh, okay, I like where this is going, and bring back the same
What
cast
I
they
will
had
do?
before.
I would hide Shia's presence. I would try to hide it. I would keep it a surprise for the theater.
Well, yeah, of course, you know,
Like
But
they
then
did-
how would
they
you
tried to
get butts
do
and
with
seats though?
Spider-Man.
How would you market the movie?
yeah, that's
Oh,
the thing too.
Yeah, but I don't. I think for the general audience, the Transformers themselves are the attraction in a certain way.
Yeah,
I agree, but I feel like you can make more money if you advertise Shia being in the movie. You know,
right. Like how
know, I
Spider-Man
know.
did, you know, with
Yeah.
No Way Home with all three actors and stuff, and
Right.
it's like.
Yeah, but
It could
that
work.
movie they just leaked it. They didn't advertise it openly.
yeah.
Yeah,
But people were
nostalgia
curious.
worked
so-
for the Spider-Man film.
Yeah,
Only-
keep it that way then.
Yeah,
Keep a leak, but
the reason that No Way Home made $1 billion out of nostalgia is because they kept most of the choices of characters to bring back at a grounded level, keeping it most of them being kept Spider-Man related only,
Right.
but with Doctor Strange as the only one who is his own thing in Marvel.
they should
You know.
also bring back the soldiers from Transformers, the first three, Tyrese Gibson.
Oh,
and,
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have
if
to.
they're gonna
I really
use
like
them
those
for the
characters.
G.I.
I
Joe
forget the other actors'
crossover.
name.
Yeah,
Really
go with those guys.
Didn't one of them went over to Bumblebee?
I'm not sure. I have to check.
not
I
sure.
can't remember right now.
No, because Bumblebee is in the 80s. They
Josh Dumel
they
and
did-
Tyrese
they
Gibson.
Oh, okay.
military presence.
I don't know if
in
they're-
Right,
Bumblebee,
yeah,
but it
it's
was
supposed to be
Sector
in the 80s.
7.
I forgot. Yeah. That-
Yeah.
oh man, like-
Simmons got mentioned in Bumblebee though when it was supposed to be just a prequel.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but they changed it up when they made Optimus Prime come to Earth
Wait,
in that
isn't
period.
Bumblebee supposed to be connected to Rise of the Beast, or I don't understand?
It was supposed to be connected to Transformers
To the
Michael
base-
Bay,
to the original
but-
films. But
How?
but,
a
but
reboot
became a reboot once the critics start simping for that movie.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm
Not these
confused.
critics, basically.
Bumblebee
Which is
and
the
Rise
biggest
of the Beast,
mistake
they have
of
the
any-
same designs, so I'm assuming those two are connected. I don't
I
understand.
don't even think the studio knows anymore what they're doing. That's the
Yeah.
problem with reboots.
Yeah.
You see, this is what reboots, soft reboots, any type of reboot does. It screws
Yeah.
everything
No,
up.
a reboot is
Exactly.
important from time to
Because-
time because the story
Yeah, go
cannot
ahead, go
become
ahead.
too stagnant, just as superhero stories, or they're obsessed with continuity and then they become stagnant. So
Right.
reboot is important. It just needs to be very clear what you're trying to do, and you
Right.
do it because you already told the story you wanted to tell, not because you want to
Right.
appease some critic or
Because it was
sucking to
stated,
James
it was
Gunn's
stated in the
ego.
first Transformers 2007 that the Autobots first came to Earth in 2007. So now you're trying to retcon it and say, oh no, they were in the 80s or the
Yeah.
90s. See, it messes up the continuity. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
it doesn't make
continuity
sense.
is to me in the movie, the continuity is always very important because
Right.
that's where it tells you where things are pretty much at overall, you know, with or without a multiverse. It's telling you where we
Right.
are. I'm gonna be honest with you. What James Gunn has done with DC, retconning things, that screws anything up. If Marvel starts doing
My
the same,
problem-
it's gonna ruin it. It's
My
just gonna ruin it.
problem is that Gunn, he retconned it, but he also didn't. He just retconned the parts where he wasn't involved. The stuff that he was his pet project, Peacemaker, that you can keep because he's an ego trip.
Right.
Yeah.
If he wanted to reboot, he would have rebooted everything. He just wanted
Everything.
to
The whole
make
thing.
everything about himself.
Yeah. That's why I say reboots, soft reboots. Like if you're gonna
Oh.
go all out reboot, just reboot the whole
Yeah,
damn
I just
thing.
checked Google. They said Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast are connected,
Yeah, they're
This is a
supposed
direct
to be
sequel.
connected. Yeah.
which is set 7 years after the events of Bumblebee. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's
I
like,
just love the internet meltdown that will happen when this movie makes money.
yeah.
I want the internet to have the biggest fucking meltdown.
But then
Because I
it says,
hate
but then
those
it says
fuckers.
Bumblebee is a prequel to the original Bayverse films.
yeah.
Doesn't
It
make
Because
was
if you
sense.
look at it-
supposed to be a prequel to the original Bayverse films, but then they just rebooted.
I'm so confused right now, man. What the heck?
It's some
fucking
parts because if you look at it and okay, when you look at Bumblebee, all right,
All right.
technically it's supposed to be the first one before everything that we get with the Bayformers and stuff. Look at how they what's this Decepticon? I can't remember the one that rips out Bumblebee's vocals. Blitzwing.
Blitzwing.
When Blitzwing that and then that's trying to tell you that's what happens before the 2007 movie. So I was like,
Oh,
okay,
that's why
I see.
he can't talk. Oh,
That's why
okay.
he
Yeah.
can't talk. And in that movie, he can talk. But right before Blitzwing rips out his, vocal cords, whatever,
Right.
that's where he loses his voice, and that's what we get in the 2007. So I was like, oh, okay, I see what they did with that.
Yeah, but Megatron was supposed to be.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in that film also, and
Oh.
I guess what's his name? Paramount didn't want to pay for the CG because
Oh, now it says, I see it now. It says it follows the events of Bumblebee. Rise of the Beast follows the events of Bumblebee, continuing the story on Earth, but it takes place in a new continuity with some elements of the original Bayverse.
Yeah,
It's
It's
a
a disaster,
mess.
man.
it's a mess. It's let's be real. The studio made this into a mess, because the part that throws me off is the part of, okay, if it's supposed to be Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, then the 2007 film, okay, but the part that throws me off is like, why did you bring Unicron into Rise of the Beast when we were already setting up Unicron in The Last Night?
Right.
So it's
Obviously, making
Oh,
Unicron
yeah, that is.
Predator,
Oh,
but
my days. I just thought about that. That is crazy. Whoa.
yeah, I guess the critics
That doesn't
found
make
it
any sense.
too disturbing to go through, which is probably another
the
reason
heck?
they chose to have the Bumblebee movie rebooted all.
Critics are morons. Like you know why they really hate Michael Bay and Zack Snyder and all those directors? Because in spite of the of the fact they try to bury those directors, they don't like their movies. They don't like one of their movies. The movie succeeds anyway, and
Yeah,
instead of realizing they want. And they become bitter because they think they're the ones who needs to determine who succeeds and who fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
Yeah,
studio
I hear you.
executives do not care about continuity whatsoever.
No, they don't.
Right
They're
on.
idiots.
And I get
They're
it.
a
They're
big
trying
bunch
to
of
make money.
morons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
back.
don't
the
mind. I
problem
don't
is that
mind
they
paying.
don't know how to make money.
That's the
That's the
thing. I don't mind
problem.
paying. Do you guys mind
Right.
paying for a good movie?
Hell
don't.
yeah, I don't mind.
I don't
I don't
mind.
mind.
As long as it's a good movie. That's the
Right.
difference. You see what I'm saying? That's the
The
reason why.
problem with the
Yeah.
studios is that they are incompetent.
Yeah.
Right.
They want to make money, they don't know how to make money.
Right.
And then you have
Exactly.
too many people saying, "Oh, do
Correct.
this, put that, let's take this out. Oh, but we should do this and we should try that." Hey, you guys got too many people saying, too many bosses,
Right.
way too many. Just let the director do what he wants, how he does it,
Right.
and that's it. What comes from that,
Yeah.
let it be.
Right.
If you look
And
at
the
the first 3 movies,
hypocrisy.
Yeah.
I remember Snyder Hater saying that toxic fandoms go the Snyder cut is antithetical to art, and I was like, what? The whole
Right.
reason and that's my problem. You're only a toxic fan if you break against the critics and the internet, if you break
Yeah.
against the mainstream narrative, because nobody's talking about the people who told Zack's fans to kill themselves, keep harassing us, create fake Snyderverse accounts so they can make us look bad. Nobody's talking about those people, right? It's just when the Snyder fans do something wrong, then it's absurd, and everyone loses their minds,
yeah,
like the Joker
Yeah.
would say.
yeah, that's
It's
what
like
it is.
absurd. It's absurd.
It's
and
the
the
same thing.
only-
Like people call me fake fan of Transformers because I like Michael Bay's vision. I'm like, I love it. What's wrong with that? Oh, you're not a real Transformers fan. Why? Because
Define a real Transformers fan.
it's like, to me, a Transformers fan in general, it depends on how you're gonna approach it. Because a fan is a fan. You're gonna like and support what you like, not what the studio thinks that you're gonna like or what products they're gonna put out.
Or an
Most of-
influencer wants you to like.
or anything. Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah.
like any studio that thinks, hey, this is what the fan and the consumer wants, but clearly the consumer and the fan are telling you, hey, this is what we really want. This is what we're enjoying. This is what's selling. And they
Right.
continue to refuse to give us that. That's the studio's fault. That's not my fault. In my collection, I'm gonna be honest with you. My collection of Transformers, you're gonna find majority, 80% are Michael Bay's products. 80%. The other are gonna be probably cartoons, animated, and whatever it's in there. But that's what I enjoy. Does that make me a fake fan? No, because I still like the brand. It doesn't mean I'm gonna support I didn't like Transformers 1. That wasn't for me. But I enjoyed Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast.
Majority of people didn't like Transformers 1, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
and it's like when you have these G1 fans that are stuck on nostalgia, it's like, oh, it has to be G1. No, it doesn't. We already seen that it didn't work.
Like even the comics are not that stuck on G1. Like
Exactly.
for example, let's be honest, the whole idea of a darker Transformers actually originated from the IDW comics.
Yeah, it did.
Transformers just the movies, probably that's what Bay took as his influence, even if the characterization is very different. Like the IDW comics have a more gray vision of the Decepticons, while Bay's version are basically space Nazis. It still is an interesting take, it is still influenced by that, the more serious take on the characters.
Yeah, no, big time. Like, look, a lot of people, I get a lot of, crap from some fans within the Transformers community. Instead of G1, I like G2 more. I don't know what it is. It's just something about those funky colors that scream 90s. I like G1. I love some of them. I have some of them in my collection. I have some G2. I have most of my collection with Michael Bay because that's what I really like. I really enjoy that, and it's the same thing comes to DC. It's like I have some Batman of this and that, whatever. It's a mix of everything. Majority you're gonna find of my stuff is from the Snyderverse. Same thing with Marvel. Marvel, you're gonna see some things here and there. You're gonna find a lot of Iron Man and Spider-Man, but that's what I like in that brand, if you want to say, So I guess I don't know. It just when it comes down to the cinematic visions, I guess, like everybody has their own opinion, and I get it.
And there should be room for more, right? There should be room for more than one take. The problem is that the people don't realize that, and when someone tries to do something different, they get attacked for it, and I'm like, oh my God, people, you guys need to chill out and to realize there's more than one take. There's more. You are not the owners of taste.
Right. And that's why they don't like Zack Snyder right there. Because he's doing something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
my favorite part of
look, I'm gonna be honest here. I think there should be a multiverse on the next DC. Let Gunn do his thing and let Snyder do his thing and see who wins. Everyone wins.
I saw
everyone wins.
No.
But that's not the point. That's not what the internet wants, because the internet doesn't truly care about these characters. They just want to prove and want to spy the people who don't like the same movies as they like. It's fucking pathetic.
The social media, and of course Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I guarantee you, if you look at all the Transformer scores, they're all rotten. I guarantee you.
Yeah. And even more. And let's forget critic and audience score. Audience score is not that doesn't matter as well, right? It matters more than critic score, but it also doesn't matter, because if you ever heard the movie The Alamo, it's one of the best war movies I ever seen. It has it's amazing, outstanding movie. The 2004 version it has like a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's like they try to hide quality and stuff, and
that's absurd. And people also forget that Rotten Tomatoes strictly and that's more in exceptional cases. But
All right.
they sometimes they alter the algorithm artificially to make the movie look
And it's
better or
funny
worse.
how
And
I know this is
you
off
don't
topic,
need to watch the movie post a
yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes review.
I know this is off topic, but it's funny how James Gunn's Superman had a positive review on Rotten Tomatoes because they wanted to do well, but Zack Snyder's stuff they gave it negative reviews.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yet, there are way more people who prefer the Snyderverse version than the Gunn version.
Yeah. A lot
Exactly.
of people.
The
I mean,
internet's
just
more
look at the
even
polls.
out.
Look at the recent polls. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Zach posts a bunch of pictures, and it creates more fuss than Gunn announcing that Brainiac will be on his next movie.
And that's
Yeah,
the
'cause
same
no one
thing.
cares. No one
That's
cares.
the same thing that applies to this with Transformers. Michael
Yeah.
Bay gets more support online than what Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, and Transformers One
People
got.
talk.
Exactly.
People talk about Bay.
You know,
They-
it's
they-
like that, and people are excited for that. People are like, "Yo, I want to see what Bay's gonna cook next," you know, because we've already seen what without Bay, the Transformers brand is, and it looks like it's trash.
Right.
Without
I
Michael Bay,
remember.
it's trash. The universe,
right.
everything with the
I
Transformers.
remember a guy saying that Gunn is a one-trick pony, and I said like, no, he has a visual style. Doesn't mean he has a specific style. Doesn't mean he cannot do anything else. So that his moves are all the same. That's not the same thing, right? You need to understand that. Now, who has a one-trick pony? I'm gonna tell who is the one-trick pony. James Gunn, Taika Waititi. Because when they need to alter the style to fit the story, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Now take Bay, 13 hours, and Pain and Gain, those both of them. Ambulance, I need to watch that one.
Yeah, I
But
gotta
take
watch. I
Pain
haven't
and
seen it.
Gain. In what his movie he made in between Dark of the Moon and the other one, the Age of Extinction. He made a movie called Pain and Gain. It's basically a GTA movie, and
Oh, wow.
it's amazing. It's about it's a true story of a gang of basically it's a true story about two criminals, three Jim, the ex-convicts that are like personal trainers, and they work on a gym, and one day they
Are you talking about
decide
Pain and
to
Gain?
ki- yeah, decided
Yeah,
to
I've seen
kidnap
that.
a rich guy
Pretty good movie.
and torture him for his money. And the movie is about kind of this, like basically it's almost a deconstruction of criminality, you know, the mindset of criminals. It's really interesting. And there's also 13 Hours, which is a much more grounded,
I like the
straightforward
part
movie.
where the Bumblebee that's like that flipped over, turned over to scan the car, and then they unveiled the Chevrolet Camaro concept with a black stripe with a yellow
To
exterior.
this day,
Oh,
every
yeah.
time I see a Camaro, yeah, I think
Yeah.
Bumblebee.
I like it.
There you go.
too.
That's what Michael Bay has done.
One,
You know,
one
it's
of
like-
these days, I was walking down I was going to eat on a main restaurant in my old neighborhood, and I saw a Camaro. The first thing I thought was Bumblebee.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's what
And
happened.
even more,
iconic.
Bumblebee was the butt end of every Transformer joke before that movie.
He was?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I heard it. I heard that he was a character that's kind of like only there for kids and never fought. It was kind of useless. It's kind of useless. And then Bay came along and made the character actually interesting
Interesting.
by simply making him the handler sort of character, you know.
The
Like
Guardian.
in the first
And still
Transformers
keeping
movie-
his style as a comic relief character. He still
Right.
kept him as a comic relief, but also made him a good character.
See, that's what I like about all the movies that Michael Bay does with his action. Like, there's always something that it just captures that imagination real good.
And lots of practical, by the way.
Yeah, you know, it's like it's not CG. Most of it is, you know, practical with CG, but it's amazing. Like when you see that first fight with Optimus on the highway with Bone Crusher, I was like, whoa, like that was beautiful. You know, it's like, wow, who would have thought? You know, like they went all out with that fight. You know, and then when you see him fighting with Megatron, it's like whoa, like the downtown battle. It's like what, like you see the soldiers, the camera angles. You even see the slow motion when that missile is flying and the lady screaming, and you just see like the shot. It's beautiful. I was like wow, like like that is just amazing. I don't know what it is, but it's just man, like they do this work that it just man. You know what? Like I feel like I feel like rewatching these movies right now.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, what I really like about the movies, this kind of like I wouldn't say it reminds me a lot of war movies,
Yeah.
but more akin to a literary military thriller style of war movies. 2007 is basically like a conspiracy thriller for the first half, when they're trying to find out who is attacking that base
Right.
and what's
Yeah.
the connection between the events.
All right, my
Yeah.
mate. I gotta get going.
All right. Cool. Thanks for joining.
You too. All right. See you next stream.
All right. Cool.
God, and
Yeah,
yes.
and that's the thing, it's like, man, like what Bay has done, with the Transformers live action. Like I'm just talking about live action. It's like wow, like I want more. I just want the proper conclusion to it. Like I want to know what his Unicron was going to be. How was it going to take place? Does he win? How does he lose? Like I want to know all these things. It's like and I get it. Some fans are like, oh, it's not accurate to what the Transformers is and this and that. To me, it doesn't matter. I'm the audience, I'm the fan, customer, consumer, and I love what he was giving us. I
agree with
want
you.
more.
I never
You know?
watched any G1 stuff, so basically what Michael Bay gave us, that's my Transformers. Like that's what I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And a lot of people grew up with it. Like
Yeah.
the new generation from now, they grew up doing what 2000, I don't know, 2000, right before 2007, and then
Right.
now they're seeing and they're seeing the big difference, and they're even saying it,
Right.
hey, like those movies were way better, and it's
Right.
like, and it's not about nostalgia because it's not.
yeah,
It's just
and I get it. I know you call them the G whiners or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, man, I feel like they've ruined the brand of Transformers because all they do is whine,
It's
like,
always
dang,
about G1. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
not everything. You want G1? Just go rewatch your '86 movie. I don't know what year it came out. That's how old it is. It's like
right.
they're stuck in G1. I'm in the future. Like Michael
Right.
Bay gave us that. Come on, you have a character, Shockwave. Was it Shockwave? Yeah, I think it was Shockwave in Dark of the Moon. The
Right.
dude with the tentacles. I'm like,
Right.
I don't care if that's not accurate in the cartoon or in the
Right.
story. I don't care. I love
Yeah.
that. That is a menace. That is a threat. You need these Autobots to go up against them. And it's like when you see Optimus flying with that freaking jetpack and in the middle of the air, just that slow-mo, he just boom, 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 shooting cannons. I was like,
And Shockwave was the
hell yeah.
one with the gun face, right?
yeah. No. The one with the gun phase was Lockdown.
Lockdown. Oh, but he
Yeah.
had like the red the red circle in his face or whatever.
Yeah, that beam.
Yeah, the
he
beam,
would.
yeah.
Yeah. That dude. He's another one too. He was ruthless,
Yeah.
And it's like how he just goes about like hunting down the Autobots, and it's like
Yeah.
I like how the tables turn because when you see the first 3 movie, they're going after the Decepticons. They're going after the bad guys, and then on the next, I guess trilogy, if you want to say, when we're seeing in Age of Extinction, now it's the Decepticons that are literally going after the Autobots.
Right.
And it's like, yo, the tables turned, and it's like now
Yeah.
people have turned their back on the Autobots and the Transformers. They can make them now.
Yeah.
It's like it makes you feel like, damn, we're
Yeah.
gonna do them like that, after all they did for us.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know.
This is why I don't get about the G whiners, right? Like
Yeah.
the designs for the Generation 1 Transformers. How do you articulate? How do you transform that into live action? Or like there's 2 different mediums because that was animated,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then
It
you have to
looks
move to live
silly.
action. It's gonna look different. You know what I mean?
And even further, like G1 was like a Saturday morning cartoon, right? It wasn't like it was. Even kids shows are not like G1,
Yeah.
Like if you look at G1, the media evolved.
Right.
The media is being told, and like, let's be honest, Saturday morning cartoons are kind of shitty.
Yeah, because they're
Back then.
basic. They're basic.
They're basic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even saying because a kid show. No, and there's nothing to do being about kids or not. It is really something that entire generation of animators was basically depressed, by the way, because
Right.
they couldn't make anything creative. They just had to sit down and make the silly, dumb stuff for kids
Right.
that didn't have any depth to it.
Right.
Yeah. Like look, I like G1. There's nothing against it. Like I said, I
Right.
love it.
I never
enjoy
saw
it.
it. I just saying what
I'm the same. I'm the
they're
same, brother.
fun.
I've never seen G1 in my life.
Like if you look at it, especially after seeing what Michael Bay has done, you have to keep them separate because that's what I was gonna say next. G1 works in toys and it works in cartoons, but it doesn't work in live action because
Exactly.
that's what they try to do with Rise of the Beasts. If you look at the designs, they try to make it more G1. Look at Bumblebee's design; it looks like a G1 design, Optimus, and it's like that doesn't work anymore. You know, it's like what we've already got with Michael Bay. It's like he's showing us the future. Like these robots are supposed to be like advanced, and that's what we
Right.
were getting. You know, this
People
is
need
alien
to stop
technology.
Yeah.
getting stuck on
Basically,
the
it
past.
has to evolve. Basically.
Yeah,
No,
you know it.
for a entire like community, quote unquote, the internet is so obsessed with hating on old people. They sure as hell seem obsessed about the past in their own past. You know,
Yeah,
so unable to move on from the past.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
ironic for a group that is obsessed with progress and all that shit.
Yeah, it's like
Talking about being the
I get the
future.
nostalgia part. That's cool, but it's like, hey, like, come on, let's move forward. You get what I'm saying? Especially when they're giving us something that's like making money at the box office. You know, the last night, I get it for the studio wasn't what they wanted, but it
Right.
made more money
But the
than what
studio
these other-
mellowed on it. They
Yeah, and that's
wanted something,
The last
and
day made more than Superman 2025.
exactly
Yeah.
that tells you everything. It's like
Yeah.
we were better off with those movies back then,
Yeah.
and it's like
oh, definitely.
it's wild how now, like, I guess the generations of today will settle for anything, but even that's not working, you know. And it's like it's sad. Look, I'm a Transformers fan, you know. I love them. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna love and like everything, because there's the animated shows. I don't like all of them. Maybe I like 2 or 3, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna buy everything and watch everything. No, it just doesn't catch my eye. But overall, the brand of Transformers, like, unfortunately, without the toys and merchandise, it's dead. It really is. And it's concerning. And it's like, man, this is why you're seeing that Paramount's rushing and running right now. And they're like, we got to make a next movie, because from here to 2029, they're going to lose the rights if they don't get their act together and they don't put out another movie, you know. And this is why they have to go back to Michael Bay and to help them, because they're back again in the same situation. And it's like, you guys did this, the studio did this, you know. It's like there was no need to reboot. There wasn't. It's corporate greed. The corporation, Hasbro and Paramount, were like, oh, we're milking and we're making all this money. And when they saw with what it was, Age of Extinction, they made it a $1 billion. They were like, oh, we're gonna make an easy $1 billion the next one. And it didn't work like that, you know. And it hurt. It hurt the brand big time.
Yeah. And then didn't the Paramount, the studio, gave Michael Bay trouble on the 4th one, right? Not the 5th one, I mean.
The 5th one,
right?
yeah.
Because they didn't want him to have not Galvatron. I mean, what's the big plant? Unicron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, they should have just let him do what he wanted to do, how he wanted. Like, I like how it's starting to set up Unicron. Like, I get it. Some fans are gonna be like, Unicron's not supposed to be Earth, blah blah blah. Okay, I don't care. It's Unicron. I want to see what Michael Bay is doing, how he's gonna do it, and let him do his thing. That's it. That's why he's the director.
If you keep telling the same story over and over again, the story gets tired. You need to change, shape things up.
Yeah, they have to.
If you need to shape up, so you take the same story, but instead of telling the same story the exact same way, you need to change things, give it something different for the same story.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the story gets tired and nobody wants to tell it anymore.
Yeah.
And then it dies because it's not relevant.
Yeah.
And that's the narcissism of people. They prefer to keep details and prefer to kill their favorites, the stuff they claim to love, instead of adapting it to new times.
Yeah. And that's what I like what Michael Bay was setting up with all these movies. Like, it made you feel like, hey, you imagine an alien invasion right now, what would happen? Everybody's going to lose their minds. Everybody. It doesn't matter who. Everybody. Because everybody's going to try to find some type of protection in whatever they can. And that's what it shows you with Michael Bay's universe with the Transformers. Like, we're getting invaded by all of these aliens that we have no idea what they are. They're made out of metal. They can transform. They can shapeshift. They can do all type of stuff we don't know about. And you see it clearly. You see the vending machine. You see, the freaking appliances. Everything is dangerous when it comes to that universe. And it's like, and it's all because of the Transformers. What is it called? Transformium or something like that. So it's like it makes you like, whoa, like, okay, you imagine that happens right now. Like everybody's gonna go all out. The military's gonna be ready, and that's what Michael Bay was giving us. He's like, I'm having the military on standby, and we're seeing the military going at it with all of these robots, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
And I like how humans aren't sheep in his stories.
yeah, they're not, and they're treated with respect. I like that, like
Yeah, but
everybody
people-
that you see are all treated correctly. That I like what he did with it.
Anyway, I think I need to go now. Kind of
All right, got it. All right, cool, man. All right,
Bye.
thanks for joining us then.
Actually, I was wrong. Transformers last night made less than Superman 2025.
Oh, it did? How much did it
Yeah,
make?
it made 605, and then I think Superman 2025 made 620, something.
Oh, okay. But it's
Yeah.
still better though.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's more enjoyable compared to
But back
Superman.
then, in 2017, 605 is worth more due to inflation.
Yeah,
So
it's
Yeah.
like it's wild. It's wild.
yeah, because if you look at the inflation, right? Inflation is very important because Superman 2025 is probably the least grossing Superman movie of all time. If you count inflation, right?
Yeah.
Because it's worse than 1978 Superman, like Christopher Reeves, all that type of stuff. And then you got the one Superman Returns. It made less than Superman Returns. It made less than Man of Steel. It made less than all those.
wow.
Yeah. And yet they want to move forward with this. I don't understand the logic.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I don't
Yeah.
understand the studio's logic.
Yeah.
In the end, that's what it all comes down to.
Right.
It's the studio.
And then what we just focus on Transformers, right? Bumblebee made less than last night.
Yeah.
Right. So why would you move forward with that continuity instead of Michael Bay's continuity? Doesn't
Yep.
make sense.
Rise of the Beast, and I think Transformers 1 also did much less.
Transformers
Much-
1 was a
Oh
little-
yeah,
it lost the studio lots of money.
yeah.
Lots of money.
Like no hate against it, but I'm glad they canceled a sequel for Transformers 1 because it's like it literally costed them. They should have just used that money and just done another movie.
Done another Bayverse movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that's why I say these studios, like, oh, let's try this new. Sometimes you don't have to try nothing new. The formula is already built there.
Yeah.
and it's
And then they try to Marvelify it. They got all those Marvel actors and stuff like.
That's what ruined it.
Yeah.
To me, that's what ruined it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you're just trying to be like Marvel. You're doing like
Exactly.
DC. You're ruining your brand to the fullest. It's like,
Right.
yo, let Michael Bay cook.
I don't
Like,
know what it is about Hollywood. It's like a copycat business. If one studio is doing successful with a certain brand, they're gonna try to just create that again.
You know what I think it is? It's just like everything else. Hey, let me recommend this person a plug. Let me bring in my plug. So,
Right.
he's connected to Disney. He's connected, or she's connected to
Right.
Marvel. Oh, we're
Right.
gonna make millions with this. And
Yeah.
look at what happened to DC. Oh, we're gonna bring in Joss Whedon. Why? Because he made $1 billion with the Avengers. That's Marvel. It
Yeah.
didn't work for them. Oh, we're
Nope.
gonna bring in James Gunn. It didn't work for them. And now
Nope.
we're seeing the same thing with Paramount and Hasbro. Oh, let's
Mhm.
bring in cast from Disney and Marvel, the MCU. Oh wow, Thor. Oh, we're gonna have
Yeah.
Black Widow. Nobody
Right.
cares, and nobody
We're
cares.
gonna have Thor. Yeah.
It's like
Get the freak out of here, man.
nobody cares
Yeah,
about
crap.
that. Clearly, the
Yeah.
fans didn't show up. And then again,
Yeah.
that's why I say the G whiners.
Yeah.
Why y'all didn't show up? You had a
Right.
movie with no humans. You
Yeah.
had your G1 designs. Why didn't y'all show up?
Right.
That's the difference. With Michael Bay, I can't even count how many times I watched and rewatched those movies. I probably bought that movie like probably 4 times. I don't know.
Yeah. You got
like
it on
it's-
4K.
Yeah, I have it on the Steelbook.
Steelbook?
Yeah, I got
Nice.
the Steelbook. So it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, like I would rewatch those movies, and I'm like,
Right.
I didn't
Does it
do
look
the same
nice
with
on 4K?
Bumblebee.
The
Yeah, it looks
Transformers?
nice. Yeah,
Oh.
it looks really dope. It looks
Yeah.
really dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, like it's crazy, It's like if the studio sees that they're making money, people are rewatching and rebuying.
Right.
Why don't you just continue it? Like, what? There's no need for a reboot. Like, Just end it and then do whatever's next that you want to do.
Right. No, I agree, man. I feel like we gotta stick with what's working instead of what's not working, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not broke, don't fix it, you know?
Don't fix it.
Yeah.
You know, and now that it's broken, they really have to go back and fix it.
Right. And then also when you do this type of stuff and you do all these soft reboots, it's gonna make the audience tired. Like, you know, it's gonna make them feel like, oh, this is not important anymore, you know? Or,
Yeah.
you know, so I don't know.
Yeah, you know, the people get tired. You know, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's the same thing again. You know, here we
Right.
go. You know, at least with Michael Bay, it was something to look forward to. And
Right.
once we saw with Bumblebee, like I love the opening and the
Right.
fight scenes. That's it. But that movie,
Right.
man, that movie sucks. I'm like, that's not a Transformers movie. You know, it just
Yeah.
I was
Like
like,
I said,
I
it
don't
was
know.
woke as hell, man. Just woke.
Yeah, for sure. You know,
Yeah.
like from there on, I was like, oh, they're pushing that
Yeah.
agenda. You know, it's like
Right.
it's wild. It's
Yeah.
wild. You know, unfortunately, that's just how Hollywood is. They love to play those politics agenda games and stuff. But fans are waking up all over.
We
You
just
know,
gotta
and
keep our wallets closed, like you said, man.
that's it. That's all
Keep
we
our
have to
wallets
do.
closed. Freak these studios. Let them go bankrupt for all I care.
That's it. You
You know
know,
what I mean?
and it's proven. It's already
Yeah.
proven. Look at that. Hasbro's about to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Look at how bad that they are. You know, like
Right.
Paramount is so bad that they had to be bought out by Skydance.
Right.
That to me tells me, hey, you guys are doing bad, and now they're laying off people. What is that telling you? They're not doing good
Right.
financially. You know,
Right.
and it's like, yo, you guys should have just stuck with what was working. You know,
Right.
and all these movies add up, a flop on a flop, and we're not talking about hundreds. We're talking about millions. You know, it's
Right.
like, look at how much all these movies, Bumblebee costed them, how much they
Yeah.
lost, Rise of the Beast, and of course Transformers One.
Right.
You know, it's like you guys should have just stuck with what was working. You know,
Right.
so
Yeah, man. Good conversation. Thanks for having me on. I gotta go
yeah,
now.
man. Yeah,
All
no
right.
worries. Thanks for joining.
Okay.
Also, all right, cool. But yeah, this is where we are right now, my friends. You know, this is it's all pretty wild right now with how, you know, these studios are, and in the end, you know, like if they don't give us good products, we're just not going to support it. It doesn't matter, whatever it is that you like and you enjoy, whatever brand. You know, I know right now we're talking about Transformers brand. You know, if you're just not enjoying it, you're not feeling it, and most of all, you're not happy with it, just don't support it. Don't buy it. That's all it is. You know, in the end, you know, this whole wallets closed movement, it's affecting, and it's literally making an impact in the whole industry. You know, and that's just not DC. That's not just Marvel. That's with everything right now. You know, this is why it's very important for Paramount, Hasbro, Skydance to really listen and pay close attention to what the fans, the consumers, and your customers want. They want quality. We want Michael Bay back. You're gonna have a fraction, a small fraction, that are gonna say no, but majority of the audience, the customers and consumers worldwide, they want it back. It's already proven. You had three different directors, three different visions, three different takes. It did not work. You need Michael Bay back. You have to bring him back, and you have to let him do what he wants, how he wants, with no strings, no holds, nothing, no and ifs or buts. Let him cook, and I guarantee you that you'll be back in the money. Because in the end, of course, you're right, Mad Max. You're right. I agree with you. I agree with you on that one. Bay brings in money. He does. When they're passing and reaching $1 billion, that's telling you they're making money. They were making money. But after that, yeah, it hasn't been working with them, unfortunately, you know. And what I say is that the studio needs to do is look, settle things out with, you know, the past, I guess, people or whoever. Make peace with the actors and actresses. That's it. You need Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, you need Mark Wahlberg, you need all these actors and actresses. One, for nostalgia. Two, because you're going to bring in the old audience, the current audience, and the future audience. That's what Spider-Man No Way Home did. That's what Deadpool and Wolverine did. They did it right. And in the end, it worked. They both made $1 billion, two different brands, two different IPs, two different studios, and they made money. People went out, rewatched, enjoyed it, and you guys made money. We don't have a problem paying, but give us what we want. Bring in all these same actors and actresses. Focus on a serious, mature tone and let the director Michael Bay do his thing. In the end, I guarantee you that he will deliver the same way that he was delivering before The Last Night. Because of course, The Last Night, you can clearly see the studio was interfering. And if the studio doesn't get in the way and they let the director fully cook how he really wants, how his vision is supposed to be 100%, let it be. Let it be. And in the end, we're going to support it. We're going to watch it. We're going to buy it. You won't know until you actually try it. By now, it's already proven. Without Michael Bay, the Transformers brand, unfortunately, is done. With Michael Bay revived and saved the brand back in 2007. Because after that, we got 5 films with him. That tells you everything. Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, and Transformers 1 was 3 strikes, you're out. They only got 1 shot and they didn't work. With Michael Bay, you made 5 movies. 5 movies. And then you decided to turn your back on the director and on the audience. You don't do that. That's why you're in this mess. Because you wanted to get away, shortcut, and you wanted to do this and that on a cheaper way. And it literally has costed you more in the long run, unfortunately. You know? So that's what it is, and in the end, what can we do? So this is in the end overall, just this is product of the studio themselves. They should have just kept going with Michael Bay, let him end his universe, vision, whatever you want to call it, how he wanted to do. And after that, you could have reboot. You could have done whatever you wanted. But unfortunately, that's where things literally ended off at. But it is what it is. It is what it is. LT, what's up? Talk to us.
What's up, man? How you feeling?
All right, and you?
Man, I'm doing good, real good, bro.
So talk
Dude,
to us.
I enjoyed the last convo we had the other day, and
Yeah.
I just chimed in today listening. But man, I know this is weird. I've been off into it's a book called A Secret. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's about the laws of attraction. And I'm 39, and I'm dipping and dabbing in different things, and I'm listening. I'm on some real I want the Snyderverse back type stuff, and
Yeah.
I just thought I'd share it because basically the lady, her name, she wrote The Secret. She was just talking about how when we're on a frequency base, when we talk to the universe, like how all us keep saying we want the Snyderverse, you would think that would manifest by now with everybody saying it. But then she says what keeps it away is when people push it in the future by saying it's gonna happen, or it's gonna happen. It's like blocking out it's already here.
Yeah.
Because she says the law dictates that you have to assume that attitude already happened. So it's like a delusional mindset of saying I am that already. I already have the Snyderverse restored. Not we're gonna get there. And it's weird, but trust me, look at The Secret. It's on YouTube. So I saw that, and I also thought about, she was talking about how when we talk about like people, like yesterday, I was real guilty of talking about Michael Bay, man. I'm sorry. I don't like what he's doing. I don't agree with none of it. And I'm like I say, man, I'm 39. I've seen the best. I've seen some of the best movies ever made. So I know good quality when I see it. And that's just not it. But she said something about the feelings. Like part of attracting what we want is we have to feel it, like get excited about it. And the universe reads our frequency waves of excitement. And he's like, okay, give them more of that. But if we spend a whole conversation, talking about what we don't want, what we don't like, gun, and it's angering us, is sending a frequency of us getting more of that. We'll get more reasoning to talk about Bay. I mean, not Bay, gun. And I think what we basically should just do is dry him out, drown him out. Don't give him no attention. Because if you notice, he's posting random little things. Oh, man, I'm going to do Brainiac. I'm going to do this. It's like, bro, you're just trying to stay relevant. Trying to keep yourself in the headlines. Snyder was killing the headlines. And I know it's not an easy thing because I'm guilty of it too, but I'm like, that's it. That's why he's still here. Because all the hate, he got so much hate. It's like he's becoming notorious. Like you could be famous or infamous. He's infamous for making bad stuff, but he's still famous. But when you see something online, Gun just did this. Don't even click on it. We ain't reading his news. We're not spreading word about him. He's not gonna be famous for being good or bad. He's just like, you know what, man? I'm not talking about you, bro. Oh, you did that? Oh, okay, that's what's up. And then it's nothing personal either because, you know, a lot of I think these relationships behind the scenes are, I mean, like you were saying that earlier, you was hinting toward that, I believe. People get favors all the time. It's like, man, I know he ain't the best for the job, but I overpay. So he gonna be direct. And I believe Gunn is one of them guys because it's obviously not quality over quantity with him. It's like, man, let's give another try. We'll lie and say he did good on this one. Let's give him a chance. Do the third time around. And it's like, bro, y'all don't see the writing on the wall. He's killing this y'all whole brand. But here we go. I said all to say that you'll hear get a new attitude out of me, man. When I get on here and talking, I'm just gonna talk about the good stuff. The lady was saying when she wrote The Secret, she would have meetings with her people that was helping her write it, and then all they would do is celebrate the outcome of already having that book out before it even came out. They would get together and imagine the book having already been written and being a success. And I think that's the type of stuff we should be doing. We get to talk sometimes. We should be having conversations of what it feels like, what it's gonna feel like when we get to the show. The IMAX theater, the Justice League 2, you know, and we build up a frequency like high positivity. You already do that, dude. When I listen to you, man, I be feeling great, bro. I promise. Because a lot of people say, you know, man, you're 39, man. What do you? This is for the kids, man. What do you care for? Why you getting upset about the Ninja Turtles? You know, why you getting upset about? I'm like, bro, this is my childhood. I grew up with this stuff.
It's because you enjoy it. Yeah, some people don't have hobbies like that. You know,
So
they
it
just
very much matters to me, dude. I really want to see Zack Snyder's cinematic universe resurrected. Man, I went so far as I created on ChatGPT. I made a Zack Snyder Justice League 2 marquee as though it was already in theaters, and I put sold out on it, and I got a picture so I can look at it and see it already done. And it kind of just makes me feel, because man, I ain't gonna play, bro. I told you I'm 39. In 10 years, I'll be 49, bro. I'm not looking forward to. I'm not saying I want to see it then, but I don't want it to take 10 years to bring that out. And I believe that in the next, I believe they can do it. I really believe between this year and next year, we're gonna really see some amazing stuff. And I saw a picture of Affleck recently. Did you see his photo?
Yeah, the picture, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. So what now?
The picture from Affleck.
Yeah, it's a picture of Ben Affleck, and they called him out just walking around somewhere. But I'm looking at his health and his state of health. Where he at?
Yeah.
And I basically, it just let me know, like, bro, he did such a good job. It don't really matter, man. He can still play the role. Cavill looks great still. But
Yeah, for sure.
we got to do everything we can. I'm trying everything. And I think the new thing is, you know, I'm really into reading. It's like, man, positivity. You be saying that you 4K, like we not attacking them. We don't want them to say we a cult. We really just want our good quality back. And we don't want to ruffle feathers to where, because I believe, truth be told, man, they're gonna come after you. They're gonna come for you with some endorsements because you got a good following. Eventually somebody's gonna reach out, hey man, you know, can you promote our new movie? You know, they be doing it to 3C all the time. I used to watch 3C, but now when I see him talk, it's like, bro, I don't know if they paying you because
that's what it is. Yeah, when they pay you, they feel like they own you. That's the thing.
Yeah, you know that I'm gonna give you this free thing, but I don't want you to say nothing bad about, you know, about what I got going on when I release this new movie. Let you tell it it's the best thing you ever seen. And see, I could tell, I can hear the drive and passion when you talk, bro. And I don't want you to lose that, man. I know money's coming your way. Just thank you, man. Just keep what you got going, bro. Thank you. I'm gonna shut up and let you finish your show.
Appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot, honestly. You know, like when you know fans like you and people post comments that, like, look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I've said it before and I'll say it again. I have no price tag Let me send that message to all the studios, future sponsors, or anybody that wants to send money my way. I have no price tag. So if you approach me correctly because I've built what I have with everybody that's been listening. And they're the ones that have made me to where I am today and where we're going in the future. I don't forget that. I really don't. I know that time to time there's this one fan from India. He's always telling me, "Hey, I remember when you had like I think it was like 20, 30 followers or something like that." And here we are. Here we are. 3.3. It's amazing, you know? And every time when I go to
Yeah.
make these videos, yeah, man, when I make videos, it's like spare the moment. That's why I do random lives because it's like I can't plan it and be like, let me plan it. We're gonna talk, and we could probably nah. It's just spare the moment type of thing. And it's like, and you saw how yesterday how people were like coming into the live chat and stuff, and here we are today. Like today, like right before this chat, I was like, you know what? I was just there chilling, doing my thing, listening to some music, and my playlist just automatically started playing Transformers. I was like, yo, what is this? Like it's on auto. And I'm like, you trying to tell me to talk Transformers? So I'm like, you know what? Let me go and talk that. And that's why I'm here talking about it. And I get it. Not everybody's gonna like what Michael Bay does. I get it. That's understandable. It's okay. But that's what I want to see when it comes to what he had built within that universe. You know, like I want to see these characters. I want to see just like Zack Snyder, his universe completed. That's the same thing I want to see with these Transformers. Like I'm huge into Transformers, and I love what Michael Bay has done. It's just to me, it just took the level of the cinematic vision to the next level because I'm like, damn, he's given us these characters, and they're not from like today. They're of like the future, and I'm like, you imagine this really happen? Like this would be amazing,
Yeah.
you know. Like of course we'll be scared, but I'll be like, this is amazing, you know. It's like I don't know, it's just something about it.
You know what I think, bro? I think I mean I agree with you 100%. I grew up on Transformers. Man, first movie did a lot for me when I saw it in theaters. I had to buy it right away, man, as soon as it came out. And I got all of them. I was gonna say this, man. I think that this is far fetched, but the same way we push restore the Snyderverse, I think it's gonna come to a place where Hollywood has to start listening to some of their fans, and I think it's some really good unnamed unknowns out there, unknown writers. I'm talking about like somebody like you. You got a real good mind about Transformers. I just can feel it, man. They should start doing bidding wars for scripts. Like,
That
all
would be
right, we
dope.
finna make the Transformers film, so we accepting 1,000 submitted scripts for the movie, man. Fans, anybody, y'all free to submit y'all scripts, and may the best script win. We gonna take whatever we can from that elements, or if not the whole script,
Yeah,
we will
that would
get
be
better writing,
yeah.
better than Hollywood, I believe. Because man, it's a lot of people that got ideas that just haven't seen the light of day because of association. When you don't have
Yep.
that relationship and that's another part of gatekeeping, I think, that's making Hollywood suffer. You know, it's a lot of people in play because of, you know, seniority, who they know.
Right,
But
right. It's Hollywood.
the
That's what it is. You know, they like to play
internet is
favoritism.
kicking ass right now, dude. Like just listening to you talk gets me, man. I'm finna watch Transformers. I'm watching The Cure right now, bro. I'm finna pop my Transformers. I got the cartoon movie, the live action movies.
There you go. You see, that's what it does.
Yeah,
It
and
just
it's funny
motivates
because
you.
look, Transformers and me got like a bad. I had a little something happen one year. I was in Georgia. I was in college, and I remember it came on TV, and even though I had it on DVD, man, I didn't want to watch it no more because I got excited about watching it, and we had a tornado at the same exact time, bro. The tornado was so bad, bro. We had to hide in the tub. So every time
Damn.
I pop it on, I think about that. It was on Mother's Day,
Oh
but
man.
I think that's just, that's a whole other thing, bro. After hearing you talk, I'm like, man, that's stupid. I'm gonna watch this movie. I ain't gonna jinx
It happens though.
it.
You know, it's just, sometimes movies
Yeah,
affect
man.
us in
Good
one
luck
way
with
or
your
the other.
comics, bro. I've been looking at your art online, bro.
Appreciate that.
I got
Yeah.
something else too, man. I want to send it and share it. It's in confidentiality. It's a picture, bro. I don't
Uh-huh.
know if you comfortable with that. If you want to see, but man, it's in relation to the Zack Snyder, Restore the Snyder Nightmare scene stuff.
Okay.
And when I say, man, I work really hard on it, bro. Like I got a story I've been working on for on and off during that 12 years, but I got a picture I made, and you'll be the first person to see it if you decide you want to see it, man.
Oh, damn, that's awesome. Yeah. Email it to me if you want to, or hit me up on social media, like on IG or X, either one. And just send it if you want, like a message or however you want. Or the email.
You got a certain way I should send it the way you could personally see it.
Yeah, that directly to my email. That's personally to me. So just
So
send
is it just at C's the director?
director at gmail.com.
All right, maybe I'll send I'll put today's date and I'll just put a LT. Now, this is confidentiality, bro. When I say I believe this is the next level stuff, but it's just my opinion. I just want you to see it, and I want to just hear your opinion about it, bro. It's on some Zack Snyder nightmare scene. It's that.
That's cool. Like I tell everybody, like I know somebody sent me an email about, I think it was their comic or something recently, and I've been getting a few emails. It's just hard to keep up with everybody because I've been getting messages left or right. Sometimes I don't even remember to respond. So my bad to everybody.
Yeah, I know you're a rock star.
I'm a busy person. I'm working on my own comic. I'm literally like, I have the comic book right next to me because I'm working on issue 2. I'm trying to have it by December ready, right before the holidays for y'all and stuff. So I'm like, damn, I gotta get drawing. Like honestly, because I've been having writer's block. That happens, you know. And I'm like, I need to start working on it. And people send me their stuff, and I'm like, yo, with me, everything's confidential. Don't worry about it's gonna leak and this and that, man. Like I'm very respectful when it comes to that. And your stuff is your stuff, because I would feel the same way. It's like, yo, this is my work, my character. Like I know what it's like to be, like ripped off, if you want to say, and stuff like that. Now you do that to a studio, damn well they're gonna rip you off. That's
bro. I already. That's why I guess I was. Yeah, that's why I was like, man, maybe I should send it. Because I believe ChatGPT is finna. I don't know how, but I believe they're gonna put a stop to people using the internet and AI to make IPs, because it's too much money in that business, and it's a lot of money invested in these characters. So Hollywood hates that.
Yeah,
because we'll make a better Mr. Freeze than they can make.
Yeah, big time. They don't care.
They can't touch
and we're seeing it. Disney's already saying that, Paramount, they're down with doing AI. That's scary. I'm telling you, this is look, James Cameron said it. This is like Skynet. It's taking over. We can't stop AI. We can't. You use it on your GPS when you drive. You use it on your phone. It's on your PlayStation. It's on your games. It's on your computer. It's on your phone. It's on your watch. How are you going to stop it? We should have stopped that years ago, but it's too late. It's already advanced. AI is literally the future, and it's scary. I'm telling you. Wait till they learn how to turn, AI, and we're seeing it. Look at it on YouTube. There's videos about, half torsos of robots that look legit like humans. It's scary. It really is scary. But
bro, it's a movie called AI. It's about this boy. He's a robot. He looks just like a real boy. And he's the kid from Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense.
Okay.
But he don't know he's a robot. And throughout the movie, he's trying to figure out why, where his parents, where he's from, and everybody, they finally tell him, hey man, you was a toy. You're a robot, but you a toy. You was made for little boys. You've been here 1,000 years already. This the future. And I thought about how history repeats itself, like that new Chucky movie.
Yeah. He
basically is a functioning robot. And people don't care. Some guy, whoever creating this AI stuff, he's like, man, do I want to protect the world or get rich?
Yeah. That's what it is. Really? It's like the internet.
I'll just go to Tahiti somewhere. Let the Americans figure this out. I'm giving them the Jetson age. And that's crazy. Yeah. So I think they're gonna put some type of law into play. It's gonna be and that's why I think right now, this year, next year is the best time to get ideas out, even using like AI technology. If you into that type of stuff, like I'm not a big fan. I heard Jim Lee say he don't like it. He's like, man, we at DC not accepting no AI art, and I'm like, bro, I hear that, man, but y'all
using it,
letting everybody put CGI, y'all CGI up y'all movies, bro. It don't even be a need for CGI, and you just throw it slapping in there somewhere. Like Flash was, come on, bro, it was bombarded with babies and microwaves.
Yeah,
like, bro, You could have made that more less glossy. Anyway, man, thank you again. Like I said, I'm gonna still listen to the show. I ain't gonna check out, but I'm gonna let you finish talking. That's pretty much
I
all I had to
appreciate
say.
that. No worries, man. It's all good. Good to have you.
Always, man. Good to have you too, man. I can't wait to check out your comments.
For sure. So, yep, that's what it all comes down to. Overall, just when it comes to the Transformers movies, these studios just have to put good product. Let the director do what he wants, how he wants to do it, and just don't bother. That's it. Let him do how he wants and finish that universe. Because sometimes when you hold back the directors and the creators on whatever it is that they're doing, this is what happens. When Paramount put a stop on the Bayverse, this is what literally they caused. They did a reboot upon another reboot upon another reboot, and those three didn't work. You should have just let Michael Bay finish his vision, and we would have been done with that. But no, we're starting to see now more fans are coming together and more people want more of Michael Bay because they're not happy with the movies that we've been getting. And not enough fans have been showing out to these movies. That tells you everything in this industry. When you put out good content and stuff that people can appreciate, sometimes you don't have to please everybody. Look, like I've told y'all before, my comic is not for everybody. And I'm okay with that. It's for select few people that can understand it. You like it, you enjoy it, something about it. If that's for you, it's for you. I'm not here to say I'm going to please everybody because it's impossible. You can never and will never please every fan. You have to accept that in this industry. You're going to have fans that are going to be against it just because, but you're going to have fans that are going to support it and they're going to want and wait to the next one. They're excited for something new, something original, something different. And that's what I like about these movies. With Michael Bay, his movies are not for everybody. They're for the fans that actually enjoy it, that like it, and want more of it. The studio needs to understand that. They already tried with different directors to go different routes and it didn't work. Now you have to go back to what was working. And in the end, once you put another movie with Michael Bay attached to the name alone, that's going to sell. You attach the previous cast, the actors, actresses, what and where they left off, with if you want to do with a new cast, connecting it and including everything, you will make money. That's what Spider-Man did with No Way Home. That's what we saw with Deadpool and Wolverine, and it worked. Look at what Marvel has been doing, and it hasn't been working. Look at what DC is doing, and it hasn't been working. Look at what Jurassic World has been doing, and it's working. Every time they do something new, it's a reboot, but they continue with the same cast. They continue with more or less the same idea that they want to do. When we saw Jurassic World, that's a whole different franchise within the brand because you have Jurassic Park, that's 1, 2, and 3. Then you have Jurassic World 1, 2, and 3. And you have the same actor and actresses in that film, in that trilogy. Now it's another new trilogy. They're going to their third trilogy. That tells you everything. It's working, it's bringing in the money, and people are happy. Because if people weren't happy, this movie would not have made the money that it did. And that's already proven with Transformers, with Michael Bay. They made money. They wanted to get away from that. They lost money. And it's already proven. You need Michael Bay back for the Transformers series. Whatever it is that you're doing with them, you need him. You want to do and adapt G.I. Joe into it? Let him do his thing. He's already worked with the military. Let him do whatever he wants to do and how he feels that he has to do it. Because in the end, he has a vision. That's why he's the director. He knows exactly what he's doing. You hired him for a reason because you believed in him. And that's what you need to do. You need to believe in them. You need to let them do what they want to do, how they want to do it. And from that is how things are going to work. And in the end, fans will go out and support it. With that being said, my friends, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace out, and thanks for watching.